Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we explore something that has quietly shaped human history: glass. From the windows that frame our views to the lenses that bring distant worlds closer, glass is one of humanity's most remarkable creations. It is transparent, yet it hides a story as complex as any metal or gemstone. The journey of glass begins thousands of years ago. Evidence suggests that as early as 3500 BCE, in Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt, craftspeople were making small glass beads. At first, it was not the crystal-clear substance we know today. It was opaque, often colored with minerals like copper or cobalt. These early creations weren't accidental. Archaeologists have found kilns designed to reach the intense heat needed to melt sand mixed with ash or lime, forming a molten material that could be shaped or poured. But the real leap came in the 1st century BCE, when glass blowing emerged in the eastern Mediterranean. This innovation, likely pioneered in Phoenician or Syrian workshops, meant glass could be formed into vessels of all shapes, faster than ever before. No longer was it only for elite temples or rulers. It began appearing in households, changing the way people stored, displayed, and preserved food, oils, and perfumes. And here's something many don't know. In ancient Rome, clear glass became a tool of science. Roman naturalists noticed that glass spheres filled with water could magnify small objects. It was the first quiet step toward the magnifying glass. And centuries later, microscopes and telescopes. Before we move to our today, I want to say that this channel is user-friendly, no offensive content, no misinformation. We explain things with respect, curiosity, and authenticity. By the Middle Ages, glass was no longer just a household tool. Cathedrals used stained glass windows to tell stories to the illiterate, transforming light itself into a teaching medium. It was art, technology, and communication fused together. Glass has always been more than just a material. It's a bridge between utility and beauty, between the seen and the unseen. By the Renaissance, glassmaking had entered a golden era. In Venice, especially on the island of Murano, master artisans developed techniques that made their glass the envy of Europe. They could produce crystal-clear panes, intricate filigree patterns, and even glass so thin it seemed to defy the strength of the material. Murano glassmakers guarded their secrets fiercely, working with carefully refined sand, pure potash, and special minerals. They created compositions that resisted clouding and captured light in dazzling ways. Some of their methods, like layering colored glass and cutting into it, are still imitated today. But glass was not just a decorative marvel. It was becoming a cornerstone of science. By the late 16th and early 17th centuries, improved lenses led to Galileo's telescopes, which revealed moons around Jupiter, and Van Leeuwenhoek's microscopes, which unveiled the world of microorganisms. Without glass, astronomy and biology would have remained locked in the realm of speculation. Meanwhile, glass in architecture was transforming daily life. In colder climates, windows of clear glass allowed sunlight to warm interiors, while shielding inhabitants from wind and rain. In cities, shop windows displayed goods to passers-by, creating an entirely new culture of commerce. Few realized that glass also played a role in navigation. Mariners used glass-covered compasses to keep moisture away, and sandglasses, early timekeepers, were essential for measuring a ship's speed and progress. By the 18th century, industrial advances meant glass was no longer a luxury. Factories could produce large sheets for buildings, precision lenses for instruments, and specialized vessels for chemistry labs. Everywhere glass appeared, it reshaped possibilities. Whether in the hands of a scientist, an artist, or an ordinary family gazing through their first clear window, the 19th century brought glass into the heart of the Industrial Revolution. Factories powered by steam could produce glass in quantities and sizes unimaginable to earlier artisans. Large plate glass panels transformed urban architecture, giving rise to greenhouses, railway stations, and shopping arcades flooded with natural light. One of the most striking symbols of this era was the Crystal Palace of 1851 in London, an enormous structure made almost entirely of glass and iron, built to showcase the Great Exhibition. It demonstrated that glass was no longer fragile decoration. It was a material of strength and ambition. Glass also became essential in science and industry. Laboratories relied on beakers, flasks, and tubing that could withstand both heat and chemicals. Optical glass improved precision in surveying tools, cameras, and navigational instruments. The invention of safety glass in the early 20th century changed transportation forever. By laminating sheets of glass with clear plastic, manufacturers created windshields that wouldn't shatter dangerously on impact. At the same time, glass found a role in communication. The development of vacuum tubes, glass enclosures containing electrical circuits, powered early radios, televisions, and computers. Without them, the electronic revolution would have been delayed for decades. In modern architecture, the curtain wall technique allowed skyscrapers to be wrapped in shimmering glass facades. This not only redefined city skylines, but also symbolized transparency, openness, and technological progress. One lesser-known chapter in glass history is its role in the birth of fiber optics in the mid-20th century. By drawing ultra-pure glass into hair-thin strands, scientists created channels capable of carrying light signals over vast distances. This innovation would eventually become the backbone of global internet communication. From laboratory benches to towering buildings, glass had proven itself as a universal medium, adaptable, strong, and at the center of human innovation. By the late 20th century, glass was no longer just a tool. It was an enabler of the digital world. In electronics, glass protected the delicate screens of calculators, computers, and later mobile phones. With the rise of smartphones, scientists developed chemically strengthened glass, such as Gorilla Glass, to resist scratches and shattering, all while maintaining clarity and touch sensitivity. In medicine, glass enabled precision. Fiber optic endoscopes let doctors see inside the human body without major surgery. Microscope lenses achieved resolutions that allowed scientists to study cells in extraordinary detail. Glass even reached space. Heat-resistant glass ceramics were used in spacecraft windows, allowing astronauts to witness the curvature of Earth and the vastness of space. These same materials protect satellites from micrometeorite impacts and temperature extremes. Sustainability also reshaped the role of glass. Architects began using energy-efficient glazing to reduce heating and cooling costs. Solar panels, built with specialized glass, harness sunlight to generate clean electricity. One of the most overlooked revolutions is the blending of glass with digital data. Augmented reality headsets, virtual reality goggles, and smart glasses are merging optics with computing, changing how we work, learn, and communicate. The story of glass is far from over. From ancient beads to quantum communication systems, it has been a silent partner in human progress, transparent yet transformative. All the information we provide comes from verified historical sources, including books, records, and archaeology. Sources: Glass, A Short History by Edward Dillon, archaeological reports from the British Museum, National Institute of Standards and Technology Archives, Corning Museum of Glass Research Publications, Royal Society Historical Records. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Thrones of Knowledge. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified on time. Suggest our next topic in the comments to help make our journey even better.